Okay, so you finished the race. You had 2 stress fractures in your legs, and do you
Yeah.
think that was because you trained too hard or something?
Or how it worked is this was 2020. Let's see. So, okay, I was kind of for a second. It was 2020, lockdown. I was Lockdown started in March. I didn't do anything all summer like most people. Like things were closed, everything. And then in August, things were starting to practice started, and we were running. I was running more than I ever did in my entire life. Waking up at 5 in the morning to go run 6 miles a day. So I was not prepared. My body wasn't prepared. So that's why shit hit the fan.
Okay. Did you transition to a different sport later?
Well, I started skateboarding, but that's not really like that's actually a controversial topic if it's a sport or not. But it's my means of physical activity.
Is it a crime?
Is it a crime?
Yeah.
Um, I mean, well, some places don't let you skate outside because I mean, if you get hurt, they think you'll sue them, but nobody actually does. Every skateboarder knows it's their own fault if they get hurt, trying something they're not ready for or something that's just so stupid it just couldn't work.
Skateboarding is not a crime.
It isn't a crime. It's just
That's a
dumb
they used
dumb
to I
people
used to
give it
see
a
those
bad
stickers.
name.
I used to see those stickers all the time. Skateboarding is not a crime. Maybe that was an 80s thing. I don't know.
Yeah, because I think there's like, I mean, it's definitely, I mean, I guess like some like cities, it's actually like technically like I mean, it's a crime in places for sure. Like some
Like
people
if you're a
consider
skateboard on my face, that's a crime.
I wouldn't want somebody skateboarding on my face.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about let me give you some TI questions. See how you do
Oh
on this.
God,
Okay.
already? Okay.
Yeah. Let's just get to the chase here. So if Tommy and Bobby eat lunch, then Mary and Sally will go home.
Mm-hmm.
But if Tommy and Bobby don't both eat lunch, then Mary and Sally will stick around for hors d'oeuvres.
Okay.
If Mary and Sally stick around for hors d'oeuvres, can we conclude that neither Tommy nor Bobby ate lunch?
Yes.
Okay. Actually, the correct answer is no, because only one of them could have not eaten lunch, but it was not a very good question. Let me do a
Okay.
different one. Who is my mother's husband's only grandchild's wife in relation to me?
Um, let's see. Uh, can you repeat that, please?
Sure. Mother's husband's only grandchild's wife.
Only grandchild's wife. Okay. In relation in
To me.
relation to me. Okay. Would that be sister-in-law?
No, it's your wife or my wife.
Okay,
So
wait. Oh, because
my
you're the
mother's
only
mother is
grandson.
my mother's mother is my grandmother. My grandfather is her husband. Their only grandchild is me.
Yeah.
The grandchild's wife is my wife.
Okay, I assumed that there was okay.
Let me try another one. Can you tell me who my father's sister's daughter's only female cousin is in relationship to me?
Um, only female cousin. Um, well, well, she's your cousin. I don't know what she is. Maybe your sister
She could be my sister, or she could be
or
she
like
could be my cousin. Because there's no reason to conclude that the only female cousin is the product of my parents. It could be like my dad's brother's daughter,
Yeah, it
right?
could be like your uncle or aunt or whatever.
Yeah. So, okay. Um, well, actually, maybe that's not true. I have to think of more. Another bad question. Let me try to make some good questions.
No
Okay.
worries.
If there are 3 shekels in a barnyard and 4 barnyards in in a a squall, how many shekels are in a squall?
4 barnyards in a squall.
Yeah, 3 shekels to a barnyard.
Okay. Let's see. 12 to a 12 whatever thingies to a whatever thingy.
Squall.
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
remember what it's called.
cool. 12 shekels to a squall is correct. Okay, uh let's see. If I have either an orange or an apple, then Jody will go to the park. And if Jody, if I have either a peach or a pear and not an apple or an orange, then Jody will go to the store. If Jody does not go to the store, what, if anything, can we conclude?
That you have the or she's not going to the store if you have the peach and the other thing.
No, no. If I have an apple or an orange,
Mhm.
then Jody will go to the park. If I have a
Okay.
peach or a pear, then Jody will go to the store. If I tell you Jody will not go to the store, what can we conclude, if anything?
Then you have the first set of fruits and not the pear and the peach.
Okay. Or I might not have any fruits.
True. But you
Okay.
definitely don't have the peach and the pear.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Let's try another kind of question, which is let's try some extrovert intuition questions.
Okay.
So
Let's do
can you
it.
tell me words that rhyme with uh Turkish?
Smirkish, lurkish, twerkish. Those aren't words, but that's what I'm coming up with. Wait, you said the God, what did you say the word was?
Turkish.
Turkish? Okay. Um, wait, I already said that. Crap, I don't remember. Um, oh God. Wait, let's see here. What do I gotta say? I would give you more, but I literally don't remember what I just said.
You said
I
lurkish,
said twerkish,
twerkish, twerkish.
s-
Uh, yeah,
squirkish. Let's go with
twerkish.
um let's I could come up with 100 different ones, but none of them will be close to even a word.
Work
Let's
this.
work the oh, 2 words can be a rhyme. Okay. Um oh God. I might have to just like throw in the towel on this one.
Okay. Let's see. Perky tits.
Turkey tits. Okay.
Perky tits.
Oh,
Perky.
perky oh, because
Uh,
okay.
that rhymes sort of with Turkish. Anyway, let's move on. Now, can you tell me? I'm going to tell you the first part of the story, and I want you to finish the story
Oh
after I'm
God.
done telling you the first part. Okay. Once upon a time, there were 2 old men, each of whom had the same hat. They
Uh-huh.
arrived at the coffee shop together, and they each purchased this hat independently. Their names were Juan and John. And
Mm.
Juan said to John, John, how did you know I was getting this hat, and why did you copy me? And John said, Juan, I'm not the one who copied you. You're the one who copied me. I've been planning to get this hat for a while now. I purposely didn't tell you about it because I didn't want you to steal my hat idea. And then Juan says, steal your hat idea? You've been stealing my ideas for hats for years now. Remember that one time we both went to Disneyland and on a double date, and each of us had a green hat with a feather in it? Well, I told you before we went that I was going to wear that hat, and you copied me. And then John says, no, I was planning to wear that same hat before you told me. I didn't copy you. Anyway, it's starting to get pretty heated now. Now you finish the story.
Well, they got pretty heated, so Juan just decided that it's okay just because he wanted to end this. He didn't care about that. He didn't care about who had the same hat, who had to get it. He just wanted to end this conflict. So he decided to exchange his hat for another one, and John got his hat and he got his. And they left the store and they both went on to have very successful lives with their respective hats.
Right. Why would they trade hats if they have the same hat?
Or no. Juan was trading in his hat for a different one so they could just have different hats and nobody was copying each other.
I see. So was there a conveniently located haberdashery nearby?
Um,
Or did he have an
Amazon.
extra hat in his backpack or what?
Um, they left where they were at to go to the next door hat maker to get
Next
that
door
hat.
hat maker is also the name of the business. And
No, it's no no, it's not. No, it's called it's called Davis's Hats because I make the hats.
Davis's hats, huh?
Yeah.
Davis's hats.
Yeah, that's
I
what it's called.
see.
They went to Davis's Hats next door, next to the coffee shop,
What
and they went and
ingredients do you make the hats out of?
I make them I make them with felt is the main material that goes on the hat, and some other stuff goes in there too. I can't disclose that; it's classified.
Okay, I wouldn't want to infringe on your business model by stealing your idea for making hats that entirely out of air.
No,
Anyway,
that's
okay,
also not true. So,
let me try Inky Pinkies. Okay, Inky Pinkies are. I'll give you a couple of examples. A clue might be hilltop water spout. I'll tell you it's an Inky Pinky, which means the answer rhymes like that. And the answer to that one is mountain fountain. Okay.
oh, so like means the same thing, but it rhymes in a different.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then here's another example. A roadway flesh. It's an ink pink. The answer is street meat.
Okay.
Get it?
I get it, but I don't think I'm gonna do good on this.
All right, let's give it a shot. This is dropping from the top of a barrier. And it's an ink pink.
Wait, dropping from the top of a barrier. Wait, huh? Oh wait, dropping from the top of the barrier. Okay. Um, wall fall.
Yes, correct. This is a um this is a sunrise front yard. It's an ink pink.
A sunrise front yard. Okay. Let's see. I don't know. Sun fun.
Dawn lawn.
Dawn lawn. Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right, so this is somebody who prevents a visitor from your home from getting there on time. And it's an inky pinky.
Someone prevents someone from getting home on time.
No. This person prevents somebody who's either going to visit you or to try to contact you remotely from doing so on time. Is an inky pinky.
This is too much this early.
I think it's kind of a hard one. Caller staller.
Oh, I would have never gotten that in a billion years.
You try to make inky pinky for me now.
Okay. Let's see here. Um, I'm in an establishment in public, and it's very unamusing.
Tell me inky pinky or ink pink or what?
Or it has like a rhyme to it, like nah, nah. Like the answer has a rhyme
One
to it.
syllable each. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're in a public place and it's not exciting. So dull mall.
It was board store.
Okay, boar store. You just said
Yeah.
for it to rhyme. Okay, that's fine. I think dull mall works well as well.
Yeah, that does work. Probably better than mine, but whatever.
Okay. Can you tell me about your subjects of interest in terms of things? I'm talking about like stuff you might study or whatever.
Okay. I'm into. I mean, well, my best subject at school is, it's a toss up between, it's definitely not math. You probably know this by now. Um, and it's definitely not any of the science. It's history and English. Those are my two best subjects. I don't know. I'm I might do something with history, maybe. I don't know. I'm just good at it. Like I excel at that subject in school. If I were to ever like maybe like go to college or something, that might be a topic of consideration.
Okay. Have you ever heard my potato touch story?
No.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to briefly tell you a story about something that happened to me, and then I want you to search your memories to see if you have a comparable event that that's happened to you. Okay.
All right.
So there was this restaurant I went to. I sat at the counter to eat there. Usually I got breakfast there, but I saw as they were preparing the dinners, which came with a baked potato, that the waiters would touch both ends of the potato with their fingers to make it open up before scooping butter in. And I said to myself, if I ever get a dinner, I'm going to keep an eye out, make sure they don't touch my potato too much. Okay. So sure enough, shortly thereafter, I went there and I decided I was ordering a dinner. And I kept an eagle eye out the whole time. I was sitting at the counter to see how much they were going to touch my potato. But before I could see them ever touching my potato, they handed me my plate because I had chosen to get rice pilaf instead of baked potato.
Okay. Wait, what? What am I supposed to say to that?
I want you to tell me a story where something equivalent happened to you, where you had this plan going in and you followed through on it to the end there, but you should have realized, oh, by ordering rice pilaf, I've invalidated my plan to keep an eye out for how much they touch my potato.
Okay. So, I had a plan. Yesterday was the last day of school before spring break, and it was a short day. And me and two friends were gonna leave early at noon because classes were basically done. There was nothing to do. Done with school for the quarter. And one friend, we do this, like we do this a lot, and he always bails, never goes. His name is, let's call him Sam. He never goes. He always bails, and it never works because Sam always ruins it. And then I have another friend, let's call him Bob, who's always down. And I was really taking all my time to talk to Sam about not to bail on this because it would be sick to leave early, but he had his own things to do. He had to get picked up for his own reasons, I guess. But And I spent no time talking to Bob, and Bob was actually the one that bailed.
I see. Okay, well that's informative, but that suggests that you followed through on your plan and it turned out to be an ill-advised plan because Bob bailed.
Or I
But
didn't keep I should have kept an eye out to see if both of them were gonna go, but I just assumed that Bob was down, and that Sam would need some convincing, and it was the other way around.
all right, so to be a perfect corollary to my story, then the rice pilaf would needed to have been like had hairs in it, some other like other grossness problem that I didn't notice as well. But other than that, it's a pretty good corollary. Okay, cool. Um, can you tell me about what kind of media you like to watch when you're not trying to learn anything from it?
When I'm not trying to learn anything from it, let's see. Um, I mean, God, it's embarrassing it's embarrassing to admit, but I partake in some anime from time to time.
I watched shit tons of anime.
I mean,
I watched My Hero Academia's new episode this morning.
I've kept up on it, and I've kept up on it for the first, like, 10 or so episodes of the new season going on, and until I don't wanna spoil anything, um, until a certain point happened, I just decided I wasn't interested. I didn't like the arc or whatever. But, I mean, I'd say, yeah, when I'm not trying to learn anything, I'm probably watching anime, but even then, I'm still, like, learning something in a way.
Well, what are your favorite anime? Well, what I'm trying to draw a distinction of is media consumption that's intentionally, willfully designed to learn something you need to know, such as like how to fix a broken faucet or whatever,
Okay.
versus media you consume because you find it entertaining. Now, let me just take. I need to get up to get a drink. So my mouth is as dry as the most dry thing ever.
Okay, go get a
And
drink.
and then I'm gonna also need to smoke a cigarette while I'm up. So then when I come back, I will ask you more questions and figure out what I do.
Okay, sounds good.
Uh, all right, well,
Okay.
Guava nectar is my beverage. I've chosen this is my beverage. I think we'll all enjoy it. Guava nectar.
It's not Florida's natural grapefruit
Natural.
juice?
No, I had some of that earlier today though.
Oh,
I took I took I drank some of that because I said to swallow a couple of my Adderall rather than melt them in my mouth. And if you drink grapefruit juice, um, your your stomach acids don't eat up as much of the drug in your stomach as they otherwise would.
okay.
Okay, I'm going to go smoke a cigarette. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Um, I'll be
Be
quick.
here. Okay.
There's my cigarettes. Tell the people you come to me.
Let's read chat while we're waiting.
Well, other people are going to
Let's see. Let's see what everybody has to say. I have to scroll up a little bit. Hmm. INFP? Winston's mom, what the heck? Yeah, those I thought what I thought was going on is okay, for the record, I just woke up. I just woke up and I can't my mind is fucked up right now. And I can't remember anything I'm saying. I swear it's because I'm tired. I'm not SI polar, hopefully.
All right. How do you feel right now?
Oh shit. Emotionally?
Sure, let's start with that one.
Um, I don't, I don't, it's not a question I ask myself very often. Um, I mean, I'm, I'm, uh, I'm excited to be here doing this typing session.
Do your feelings generally tell you more about what's important to you or more about where your boundaries are?
Um, where my boundaries are.
Okay. Uh, do you find that what bothers you more? People putting pressure on you to do something you don't want to do, or people failing to follow through on stuff they said they do with you?
Probably, being like told what to do the first one because I'm guilty of not committing to things like that. So I don't think it would be cool for me to be a hypocrite like that. So,
Talk to me about when you're mad at yourself for something. Like, for example, I might be like, "Ah, God damn it, Eric, you left the meow in the car," would be an example of some little thing that makes me mad at myself. Can you act out a scene of you being mad at yourself about something and what it was about?
well, okay, I'll try to make this as simple as possible because it's like, it's kind of like skateboarding stuff. So, like, the goal was to land a trick off of this high drop. And it wasn't, the thing was, it wasn't even that high. It was easy and something I should have in my first try, and it took me it I was there for half an hour and it didn't even get the trick, and it should have been first try, and I was getting mad because it's something I should have had so easily, and I just was blowing it, and I was getting mad. I was getting really pissed.
Okay. Um, how are you about your personal objects? Do you remember to take them all with you when you leave the house, the things you need? Or do you frequently go, "Oh shit, I gotta go back in real quick and get this other thing. I forgot."
Oh, all the second one all the time.
Okay. Um, now I'm gonna ask you to break a task into a certain number of steps. The
Okay.
task is watering the lawn. I want you
Mhm.
to tell me what's the best number of steps to break the task of watering the lawn into.
Okay, well, let's see. How specific do we want to be? Okay, so let's go with step number one. Step number one, go grab your lawnmower. Step number two, uh, put fuel in it or whatever. And three, start mowing the lawn. And that's, and then when you're done with the lawn, put the lawnmower back where you found it.
Okay, well, I said water the lawn though.
Oh, well, just replace. Well, okay, then lawnmower with just replace
So
lawnmower
what's
with
the
watering
optimal number
can.
of steps? What's the optimal number of steps to break watering the lawn into?
Okay, we'll do that again. Um, okay, step number one, acquire your acquire your acquire a sprinkler. That would probably be the best way to do that. Acquire your sprinkler, turn the connect it to the hose and turn the faucet on and put it on, move it around until it looks like it's done and put it back where you found it.
How many steps is that?
Probably let's probably like around like 6. Probably
Okay. Okay.
that's a guess.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
So, what happens? Can you describe it sometime when you've been on the computer and felt very frustrated?
Frustrated. Okay. Um, I had a I had a test assignment. It was worth the same grade a test would be, which is a lot of my grade. And it was due at midnight, and I went to go submit it at 12:01, and it was closed. And I got like, since I submitted it late, I got like a 50 on it, when it was like easily better than anybody else's that I had run into.
I see.
And they got it on time, and they were getting B's, A's, all that. And I got
How are
pretty
you
mad.
how are you feeling right now physically?
Physically, I'm tired. I woke up, or right when I was in the stream, and I was in the stream from the beginning, and I was just chilling, and I just woken up. I woke up, I checked my phone, I saw a notification on my screen, talking with famous people was live, and I'm just like, all right, let's see. And then we started talking about like birds and shit, what type birds are, and then and then and then you're just like, all right, just Deus, if you want a typing session, I can give you one if we publish it. And I'm just like, okay. Got ready, came up here, turned on my computer, and here we are. I mean, pretty tired. I just woke up. That was way longer than it need to be, but but
It's
uh,
a lot of
but I
good
don't
detail.
care. The details, I'll
That's
just
fine.
tell myself that the details were necessary.
No, kitty, stop that. No, don't scratch this chair. No, you don't scratch me either, motherfucker.
Is that trouble?
Yeah, he's the Lord of Love and Violence.
Is he not?
Um,
Is he not gone, or is he
he
like?
doesn't want to go out. He doesn't want to go to work today because it's wet outside, I guess. But the thing is, he went to work yesterday when it was raining. It's not even raining right now because he has his
Mistaken?
kitty day job. He goes off during the day and he's gone all day at work, and then he comes back in the evening. But so far, he hasn't even left for work, and it's 8 a.m. He's usually out of here. Anyway, okay, cool. So, can you tell me what that paper you wrote was about?
Let's see. Oh, it was a while ago. Let's see. This was probably like maybe. God, I couldn't tell you. This was over 2 years ago.
Okay. What can you talk to me about something you've written more recently that you feel was good?
Um, okay. So, this
Are you
was
listening?
okay.
I can open the door for this cat. He's incredibly
Okay.
annoying. Go outside if you want. Just go.
Oh my God.
Just go all the way outside.
Winston's mom. Acquire sprinkler. Grab a slip and slide. Take off clothes. Swish and splash water on the lawn. Take a nap. That sounds good to me.
Okay. So, what were we saying? Oh yeah, paper
Um.
you got recently. Tell me
Okay.
about it.
So it was a paper. Do you know the book or the play, like The Crucible, like written a long time ago? It was about like the Salem witch trials.
I've heard of it and not read it.
Okay. Anyway, it's about. It was just like we had an essay to write on the first half of this book, and yeah, it was. I thought it was pretty decent because I read other people's essays, and a lot of them actually used Chat GPT, and they all got caught.
What's Chat GPT?
You don't know what that is? There's a new South Park episode just came out about it. Chat GPT is an AI device where you can tell it to find, like, literally write any essay you want, like like literally you can tell it to do like so much crazy, like you can tell it to do so much crazy shit. It's just like, find me a YouTube video about the most discrete things. Like, it scans the internet. It's like an AI. You tell it what to do and it does it. Like,
Huh?
it's pretty crazy. And
Maybe I'll.
you can tell it, write an essay about the book The Crucible, and it'll write the essay. And
Really?
that's what everybody did, and they got caught because it has like a really weird like thing in there where it's like detectable by like there's like little detectors, and it's like detectable by that because it writes it in like this like formula, and they all got caught because none of them like bothered to even like paraphrase it a little bit. So
What did you write about?
I wrote about one of the characters, and like we had our we actually had another major grade. I wrote about one of the characters mostly, and whether he was whether he was in the right or wrong for one of the controversial things he did in the book. But we had another thing in there. We had an assignment. It was like a seminar. The entire class had to line up in a circle, and we had to talk about. We had to write questions, and we had to tell our questions, and the entire class discussed it and debated it and stuff like that. And that was pretty cool. But that's just what I wrote my essay about, and I thought it was pretty decent because everybody else had theirs written by AIs.
Okay. Um, Tell me about your media consumption in terms of which medium you consume most. Is it text, videos, music, um, plays? If you go to see a lot of plays, there's
I
sculpture,
It was a
paintings.
school thing. I'm not going out of my way to see no plays.
Okay.
Videos for sure.
Okay. Do you well, I mean you watch me, which is interesting. Uh okay. Talk to me about your relationship with socializing. Are you somebody who likes to go out and do things a lot with friends, or are you somebody who is comfortable chilling at home?
I'm out all the time. I hate being in here too long by myself. I want to go out and do shit.
Right. And what kind of shit do you like to do?
I like to go downtown, get food. I don't know, just find some stuff and do it. I don't know, do a ton of new shit. I
Do
find it
you
fun.
like do you enjoy the process of being with the others because there's camaraderie, joking around, banter, and so forth?
Yeah, that.
So that it doesn't really matter what it is you're doing as
Yeah,
long as
it matters a
you're not
lot
doing
less
shit.
of what we're doing.
Right. Okay. Cool. Um. Okay. Where do I want to aim here? Okay. So, which would you rather drown, a puppy or a kitten?
Um, how could you pick? Whatever, like it's like weird. You're I don't
Well,
know.
do you prefer
Like,
cats over dogs or dogs over cats?
I mean, well, I thought of that, but I mean, it's complicated. I like dogs more on average, but I've like met one cat that I like more than any dog. So generally, I'd say I like dogs more, so I'll drown the kitten.
Okay.
That's a dumb. I'm not sure about that question. It's like you can't pick one. Like, there's no right or wrong answer to that question.
Okay. Well, do you have objects in your possession that you'd say, I wouldn't mind if I lose this object, but I'd hate it if I lost that object? Can you think of two
Oh
such objects?
yeah. I mean, there's like a lot of things I would hate to lose, but it's just like a ton of random shit in a closet. I couldn't like I couldn't even tell you what they were because I haven't gone in my closet to look at all that stuff in such a long time. But I wouldn't mind losing all that, and I definitely would mind if I lost this. That would suck.
You don't want to lose your skateboard.
No, that would not be fun.
Then your feet just have to walk regularly.
That would also really suck. I don't like walking.
Are you in high school?
I am in high school.
Do you plan to go to college?
Um, it's I don't know, it's weird. I'm not sure, but my parents have been saving up for me to go to college, and they have enough, but I don't really care. So I mean, I guess.
Do you know what you want to do in life?
No idea, which is like the stupid part. Like I don't want to go to college not knowing what I want to do.
Okay. Um, do you are you involved in like extracurricular activities at school at all?
No, I don't got time for that.
Okay. Do you do all of your homework, or do you sometimes struggle to turn it in?
Well, it was specifically bad this quarter, but usually I have mostly A's. Like sometimes a B or two, maybe even a C if it's really bad. But I'm a decent student most of the time. Nothing outstanding, but pretty good.
Have you taken chemistry?
Oh, that sucks. Not
Yes.
fun.
No, it's the worst subject of all.
I had the worst teacher. It was pretty crazy. Nobody liked her.
Okay. Um, can you tell me about when you hear your relationship with music? Do you listen to music much? Do you search for new songs a lot? Do you have a small repertoire of songs you play over and over again?
I I love like I don't know where I would be without Spotify. But it's weird. I like go through like phases. I'll like find a like group of like maybe like 10 songs, listen to them and love it, and overplay them for like a month or two. And I'll be like trying to find new songs because I'm sick of them. But I'm trying to find songs that were just as good as, if not better, than those songs sounded to me originally. So they have to be good enough to replace how good those songs were when I first found them.
Okay. And so, what's your method of searching for new stuff? You just listening to Spotify produce random things for you, or what?
Um, I mean, I'll just like I have like a ton of different artists in my playlists, and I'll just like have like one song of theirs and no other songs, and a ton of artists just all like in one playlist. And if I want to look for new songs, I'll just click on the artist profile and listen to a ton of their other songs. And if I like one of their songs, I'll probably like more of them.
I see. Okay. Do you think that you use music explicitly to change your mood? Or do you think that that happens, but that's not why you use it? Or do you think that music doesn't tell you what your mood is?
Oh, to change my mood, 100%. My mood can be changed with music in a split second depending on what song comes on. Because like when the wrong song comes on, it's like a total buzzkill. It ruins the flow. It sucks.
Yeah. Do you consume comedy material?
Um, not really.
Okay. Do you watch feature films?
Almost never. I prefer shows.
Do you like long form videos or you like shorts?
Um, you mean like YouTube shorts, like the 30-second?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I like the long format, but I don't like videos that are like over half an hour long. Like
Right.
I'm okay.
Do you watch them on speeded up speed?
Um, no, no. I don't watch it on speeded up speed. I feel like it's weird. They start talking weird. It's like, yeah, I don't mind.
When you watch anime, do you watch it in the original language and use the subtitles, or do you watch the dubbed?
Okay, I'll tell you. I default to dub, but if the dub voices suck, I'll change it to sub. I don't have a problem with that. It's like I'd rather have like I don't know. I default to dub, but if I don't like the way their voices sound or it just sucks, then I'll switch it. I don't really care.
Okay. Do you have any creative outlets? Dancing, singing, writing, playing music, acting, anything like that?
I mean, would have said that that used to be making YouTube videos. I kind of want to get back into that, but I have I have my channel, but it's been inactive for a while and it's dead, and I don't know where to start with that. Probably start a new channel if I ever wanted to do that again.
What kind of content did you produce before?
Oh, I made everything. Like IRL video, like real life videos, videos of like me fucking around with my friends on dumb video games. Oh, like
Okay.
just pretty much it.
When something in the world offends you a great deal, do you think it's more likely to offended you because it's not fair or because it's not true?
Because it's not true.
Okay. What about something offends you because it's not true or it's inefficient?
It's not true.
Okay. How about it's not true or it hurts feelings?
It's not true.
Okay. How about it's not true or it violates traditions?
It's not true.
Okay. How about it's not true or it's socially awkward?
Okay, that's a little bit of a hard one. Um, Probably. Hmm. That's actually a hard one. Let me think about that. It would it would offend me if it was socially awkward or if it wasn't true. Um, Not true.
Okay. Uh, if you were to apply for a job, an imaginary job,
Mm-hmm.
and it were to ask of you only one thing, would you rather ask of you that you be logically accurate, or if it that ask of you to be efficient?
Logically accurate.
How about logically accurate or socially graceful?
Um, Logically accurate.
How about logically accurate or reliable?
Um, I mean, I would consider myself pretty reliable, and I can't be logically accurate 100% of the time, always. So I'll go with reliable.
Okay. How about reliable or impactful?
Um, let's see. Um, Probably impactful.
Okay. How about impactful or original?
Um, Impactful.
Okay. Um, do you think it's easy for you to attain impacts?
Is it easy for me to make? Jesus Christ! Is it easy for me to make an impact?
Yeah, attain impacts. Yeah, like, or
No.
is it easy for you to be original?
Um, no.
What's easiest for you of those things that I've mentioned? Socially graceful, logical, or you know, truthful. Truthful is a little bit different because it doesn't work that way really, because people don't aren't who aren't deceptive or being truthful, but what's easiest for you in terms of just the being impactful, being reliable, being logical, being socially graceful, or being original?
Being reliable is the easiest.
Okay, and explain why you think that is.
It just doesn't take it doesn't take a whole lot of effort to be reliable. You're just kind of like, I guess, like you just do what you're supposed to do, and that's pretty much it. And just do your job. It's really not that hard. Like I value like, of course I value like being logical and truthful and all that, but it's a little harder to do that. Being reliable is definitely the easiest. It doesn't take a whole
But I
lot.
mean, it requires consistency over time about when you get up, when you get out of the house, etc. To
Yeah,
be
I don't.
reliable means to always arrive on time, to always be in the.
I'm I'm uh, I'm always doing that.
Okay, cool. Um, do you tell me how much attention you pay to what clothes you put on before you leave the house?
I pay. Okay, I don't like set out my like clothes before like the night before or like any of that shit. But I'll wake up and I'll like think about it for a minute or two and I'll be like, okay, I'll put on this shirt with these pants with these shoes, and this might look pretty, and this will look good. I'll go with that.
Okay. What do you think truth is?
Um, truth is just like um, let's see. It's just objective. It's just objective fact, and that's just the truth. That's just how it is.
Okay. And what makes a fact objective, or what distinguishes an objective fact from some other kind of fact?
Um, well, a fact is a fact. There's no subjective fact.
Okay. But there can be facts about subjective things, such as I feel sad right now. May be a fact if I feel sad, but it's a fact about something that's subjective, right?
Hmm.
So only I can determine whether it's true because only I have access to my feelings. In that instance, it wasn't true. I'm not feeling sad. Okay, regardless. All right. So, let me, talk to me about what would be like an ideal day for you if you got to, if everybody was cooperative and you were saying, all right, let's go put a handle on this day. What would you schedule?
Um, would this be like an average? Like, would this be like a school? Like anything?
No,
Any?
not a school day. Not a school day.
Okay. Ideal day. We go downtown early in the morning. Go all downtown. Get food. Go to some places. That would be a lot of fun. Just go around and chill. Go to a ton of different places, and when we're tired, we go back and we chill at home with like friends and stuff. We
Okay.
just a day where we all can do whatever we want.
Okay. What are your thoughts on dating and stuff?
I don't know. I'm not. I don't know. Dating in high school, especially at my school, is just like horrible. I mean, I can just like look at how bad everybody else is doing, and I can learn from their mistakes. And I don't know if having a relationship in high school is the best idea because you might say it's like a learning experience. 'Cause it's probably not going to work out. But if I can watch everybody else fail without actually having to go through any of the problems, I can just do that and have a relationship in college maybe or whatever later down the line.
Sure. Do you feel like you are somebody who wants to be in a relationship instead of somebody who wants to play the field?
What was that?
Do you think you're somebody who wants to be in a relationship eventually rather than somebody who wants to play the field?
Um, I mean that's not something I really think about. Probably not.
Probably
Like,
not be in a relationship?
yeah.
Okay. Um, okay. So why did you stop making YouTube videos?
I don't know. Oh yeah, easy. So, um, most of my content on the channel was like video game related before I was about to stop doing the channel. And this was a point where video games haven't been there hasn't been good video games coming out in a while. And
There hasn't?
I
Why
just ran
not?
out of I covered everything. I ran out of shit to
Why do you think there hasn't been good video games coming out in a while? Like, did they stop knowing how to make video games or something?
I mean, it couldn't be like I I mean, there's like been like good video games, like a couple of them, but they aren't like really in my lane, so I wouldn't cover them.
I see.
But
Let me look here in the chat and see what people suggest I ask you. I have to wait for it to pop up on my phone. Let's see if we have any suggestions from the chat. I'm narrowing down your type here pretty successfully, I think.
okay,
But
okay, I gotta get a question for Winston's mom. Got a question I was meaning to answer for a while. Does the story in a song move you, or do the instruments playing make you feel a certain way, so you look more of those feelings in a song? What about autotune heavy metal? The way the instruments mash together makes more of an impact than the lyrics. Lyrics are good to have, but not required. Not good lyrics aren't required for me to like a song or for it to impact me emotionally. I don't really mind auto-tune. It's just a new tool we have to make music, and I don't have any crap on people using it. It's just a new tool we have. All those people that didn't use auto-tune back then would have probably used it now if they had it. Heavy metal, just that's not me. That's just too much going on. Okay.
okay. So all right. Let's see if I can figure this out. Okay. Talk to me about your relationship with procrastination.
Oh, Jesus. It's bad. I mean, it's worse now than it's ever been, because before I would just like do the typical wait until the last minute to do stuff before I'll talk in terms of school because that's the easiest way I can express this. But I would wait until literally the last minute to turn an assignment. I'd turn it in, be on time, done. It wouldn't be the best way of doing that, but whatever. I still got the grade perfectly as anybody else would. It's on time. But now, I'm getting I'm testing what I can get away with, how late I can turn in an assignment and still get the full grade. And I'm testing the boundaries, and it's really bad. I need to stop doing that. But
Okay.
it's procrastination to an unhealthy amount.
What do you think about school in general?
I think it's horrible. It's
Do you procrastinate doing things you want to do?
Not at all. Fuck those assignments.
Yeah. Do the teachers convey to you that they understand that you're in youth prison camp, or do they behave other way?
I had one teacher that was pretty aware of it. He was actually pretty cool. He was my English teacher last year. I think he was an INFJ or an ENFJ. But he was just every time we came to class, or someone would walk by not in class, he'd be like, "Welcome to your learning cage." That's what he'd tell us every day.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, someone would walk by his class and be like, "Get back to your learning cage."
Boba Fett asks, how easily do you make friends with strangers?
I don't find myself going up to just anybody, but if it is a person I'd like to talk to, I don't really have that much of a problem of going up to them if the right time presents itself. It has to be pretty specific, but I'll go up to someone and start talking to them. Making friends might be a little bit far, because I don't make friends with just anybody.
You make acquaintances?
Lots of acquaintances, not that many friends.
Okay. Do you have a clear understanding of who qualifies as a friend and who is merely an acquaintance?
Well, I mean, let's see. An acquaintance is somebody that is like doesn't have like as similar enough interests to me to be able to like have fun doing whatever we do, or doesn't value what I value in that way, or I just don't like enough to be friends with them. I'll be acquaintances with anybody.
Do you ignore a lot of phone calls and not call people back?
Um, sure.
Okay. Let's see. If let's say it's your birthday, do you have
Mhm.
expectations that people are going to do something special for you?
I don't have expectations for anybody to throw like some like surprise party, but like I expect everybody to at least remember it's my birthday, because I remember everybody else's birthday. If
Okay.
I'm gonna put in that effort to remember everybody else's birthday and say happy birthday to you and maybe like get you something, you feel like you should at least remember mine.
Okay. Is it more important to you that you be treated fairly or that you receive a lot of affirming words?
Um, Probably treated fairly, because if I don't deserve those affirming words, then like I don't know. I feel like I need to if I need to deserve that.
Okay. Can you think of an instance where you got mad at some person you have some kind of relationship with, friend, family, whatever, um, because you thought they were being unfair to you?
Um, oh yeah. Um, I I was talking to my friend about some sort of like topic that he knew nothing about, but I spent a lot of time researching and studying, and he would not let me talk because he thought he knew more than I did when he definitely didn't. And it wasn't fair because I wasn't able to provide my insight, and he was giving all the time to himself to provide his shitty insight.
Okay.
Very
And,
TE. I don't know.
and did you eventually convey to him that you were upset that he was not listening adequately?
It's not even that he wasn't listening. He wouldn't give me a chance to talk. He's like he thinks he's Einstein, but he's probably the dumbest person I've ever met.
Well, that seems to happen a lot.
So I'm saying.
Yeah, the very dumb people
It's Dunning
often
Kruger, right? Is
are
that what that's called?
wildly overconfident about themselves, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So, uh, do you ever engage in any collaborative projects with your friends other than hanging out and chatting and stuff?
I mean, well, we skateboard all
Okay,
the time, but
okay,
other than that, we go to school and we do what we do at school. But that's pretty much about it. But we like talk a lot and we do a lot of shit.
okay, cool. Um, do you hang out at a lot of YouTube communities, like to the extent that you hang out here, or and if so, can you name a couple of them, or
It's
and tell me what
really
you like about
um God. Um, I'm not in many like YouTube communities like I'm in this one. I'll have like channels I watch a lot, but like I don't interact a lot because they don't stream like this. And like I like this because it's like a smaller audience. Everybody is like it's like homey.
them? Yeah, it's pretty homey around here.
It's
Pretty
hard to
cozy.
find, and it's also like typology stuff, which I am interested in. So
When did you first get into typology stuff?
um 2 years ago.
Okay, and like, did you start by watching YouTube videos on it, by reading about it, or by encountering a test in the actual world of some sort, or what?
Well, I took somebody linked me the 16 personalities test, just like how everybody else does it, and I got INFP, and I looked that up, and I was just like, wait a second, this does not seem like me at all. And I looked at other videos of other types, and I was like, oh, there's 15 other ones it could be, and I got invested into it.
Okay.
And I started watching more YouTube videos, blah blah blah. I kept going.
I
Got
can
sucked
tell
in.
you pretty for sure that you're not an INFP, okay? But
I
Winston's
know that.
mom wants to know, would you prefer a soulmate, a mind mate, a playmate, or a helpmate? If you were to be in a long-term relationship, let's say.
If I were to be in a long-term relationship,
Yeah, soulmate, mind mate, playmate, helpmate.
playmate.
Okay. Do you imagine yourself ever having children, or is it something to think about later?
It's not a decision I can make now when I'm 16 years old.
Yeah. You could try to get yourself on Teen Mom.
I could try to do what?
You try to get yourself cast on Teen Mom.
I mean, yeah.
Probably not a good idea, though.
Mm-mm.
Now, let's say you turn 18 years old. Do you think that you would want to go on Naked and Afraid?
Hell no.
Okay, tell me why not.
I don't like those weird I think those weird shows, you know what I'm talking about, there's there's love shows. It's weird. I don't want to
Well,
be
Naked and
I don't
Afraid
want
is not a love show, though. Naked and Afraid is a
I know it's
survival.
different, but I don't know. It's some of those shows like that are kind of corny and weird, and also I would die if I went on that show. I would not survive. I have
What do
no
you think
confidence.
would bother you most? The cold, the bugs, the lack of food, the challenge of keeping a fire going and water getting going, or something else?
Well, I don't have any basic knowledge. That could be solved pretty easily. I could just learn how to start a fire. I definitely maybe I'd do better than I thought I would, but I don't want to test that.
Okay. If you were going to pick some kind of if you're going to craft a challenge that you would like to participate in, it's exactly your top skill sets. What would that challenge look like?
Well, I don't know because I'm not that good at anything.
Okay. Well, sounds like you're pretty good at writing.
I don't want to I don't want to be yeah, dude, best writer around. But
Okay,
I
well,
mean,
let me give you a quick NI test here. I'm going to tell you a long sentence that's kind of redundant and includes details that maybe aren't cogent to the central point. Okay, I want you to collapse it down to a single, short, concise "yeah." Okay,
that
here's
makes
the
it
long
difficult.
sentence. For people seeking a tranquil existence away from the big city, it's always a good idea to consider moving into an area where there are many trees and woods, somewhere near perhaps a state or national forest, because in that area of nature with these tall trees and woods, you can find a peace and a tranquility and a connection with animals that can really make your life feel wonderful.
And you want me to condense that down to a couple words?
To the quickest sentence saying all that you can.
Living around nature can do a lot for you.
That's very good. You are not NI4. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Go outside. I'm tired of this. And just done it. And kicked his little butt outside this time. And see, he just like, I mean, just back and call like a servant. He meows and I have to get up again and he doesn't even want anything. Okay. Do you have any pets?
Yes, I do. I
What kind of
have
pets?
I have 3 dogs.
And are you responsible for walking them all?
Um, well, me and the rest of my family kind of like we all do it collaboratively. We'll be like, all right, who wants to take out the dogs? And someone will be like, all right, I'll do it today. Who wants to feed
Do
them?
you,
I'll do it.
do you have siblings?
Yes, I have 2 siblings,
Younger or older?
both younger.
Okay. Um, do you try to make them do your portion of the work sometimes?
Um, let's see. Um, well, my little brother, the youngest, I have a sister that's in the middle. He has, or he gets the grossest jobs. Like he has to like pick up the poop in the yard and like do all that stuff. I don't really mind my portion of it.
Picking up poop in the yard is not a good job.
No, but he's like enthusiastic about it. It's weird. And I'm just like, all right, you can pick up poop in the yard all you want. I'm not doing it.
When you move out of this home, do you anticipate getting your own pets, or do you think that's uh too much obligation slash responsibility?
I might get a cat, if anything.
Okay. Um, what would be the ideal job for you?
Um, I couldn't tell you that, to be honest. There's like so many jobs and stuff I could tell you. I don't know what would I would be best suited for.
What do you think? Do you think you'd be happy if you could make a living being a YouTuber?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Can you think of a job that would be better for you than YouTuber?
Um, I could probably think of a job that I'd be better at, but that's probably the one I'd rather do the most.
What job would you be better at, do you think?
I mean, there's got to be something I could be better at than that because, like, there's a reason my YouTube channel only has around 200 subscribers.
Well, because you no longer upload videos.
Well, I mean, it was at 200 subs. I haven't been losing subscribers. It was growing until I stopped, but like slow periods of growth where I'd have like one video do well and make like about 20 that didn't, and then kept going.
That's YouTube for you.
Yeah, just
I
figuring
mean,
that out, like figuring out what does good and what doesn't. Or well, it's pretty obvious what doesn't do good, but you know.
I mean, are you are when you make YouTube videos, are you doing so because you want to talk about something or because you're trying to make product that a lot of people like?
Talk about something.
Okay, so it's I've been doing this for like 12 years or whatever, and there's something to be said for just being consistently uploading shit, even if it's not that, even if a lot of it doesn't do well.
Yeah,
But of
that's hard
course,
to do also.
what consistently upload shit?
Yeah, because like there's gonna be days where you're just like, bro, I do not feel like doing YouTube today, or like maybe it's a little different when you're like like streaming is a little bit like it's I don't want to say less effort, but it's a totally different thing.
It's totally less effort.
I
That's
mean,
why I do it all the time.
I mean it depends, I guess, depending on who you are, and I guess if you want to be one of the really really big streamers, you need like all these PCs, all these like I guess it kind of depends, but I mean, you gotta have a good personality to stream.
I want to be a big streamer, but I don't think I ever will be because I just don't think there's a large audience for host Eric chit chatting about random shit.
Um, yeah, me neither. I
Yeah.
don't. I mean,
But
I don't.
it is satisfying to be able to express oneself at whenever one wants and to have that as a bit of a habit. Depends how frequently you want to express yourself, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, you got your. I mean, you definitely have an audience here. Whether it's like it's a small one, it's a loyal audience.
11 people are
Yeah,
currently
that's
watching this stream. That's not a regular stream though. This is a stream where they just watching me type you.
that. Nah, this is. Don't say that.
Well, I mean, it's not a regular stream because I'm not paying attention to the stream at all. I'm paying attention to you.
I mean, it's not a regular stream in that way, but it's not like
It's,
it's
it's not
performing.
bad. I'm not upset or I don't dislike the fact that this is how it's going down. This is how it's going down because let's try this thing. That's how I roll.
Well, I
But
mean, might as well.
okay, yeah. So all right, do you think you'd be a better book editor or book author?
Um, probably. Hmm. Let's think about this. Author.
Okay. If you were going to be a book author, what kind of book would you be most likely to write?
Hmm. It'll come to me if I ever think of doing it. But I don't. Maybe like nothing like real out of my own life. It'll be something I make up.
So genre fiction of some kind, like either science fiction, mystery, something like that, or like literary fiction.
Like a genre, probably not like or no, actually like realistic fiction sort of stuff. Like it's got like it's like this world, but like characters aren't real or something like that.
It's this world, except everybody has a superpower.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Do you prefer swords and dragons stuff or ray guns and spaceship stuff?
Um, the second thing.
Okay. Do you prefer romance set in Victorian England or romance set in contemporary society?
Um, the first one.
Okay. Do you prefer mystery or do you prefer science fiction?
Mystery.
All right. Do you ever watch things like Investigation Discovery on TV?
Um, no, because that's like too realistic for like that.
Depressing.
Yeah, depressing.
Okay. Do you avoid things that consuming things that might make you feel sad?
Say that again.
Do you avoid things consuming media that might make you feel sad?
Um, no.
If you watch a piece of media and there's a surprisingly sad scene or dark scene, does it stick with you and you keep remembering it for a while afterwards?
Yeah, I'm a fan of that. I like those
You
parts
like
of the
that?
shows.
Okay. Um, all right. Well, tell me about your eating and sleeping habits.
Um, God, I eat like shit. I'll be honest. I need to get on that, but I just keep telling myself it's just like I'm young. I can do whatever I want, but that's the stupidest thing ever, realistically. But
What do you mean you eat like shit?
like, I eat packs of like ramen every day, and I drink like a ton of soda and all like typical unhealthy eating habits. I don't eat that much. I mean, clearly.
Would you consider yourself ADHD or something like that?
I've considered it because I have friends that like because apparently everybody has ADHD. It seems like, but I don't. I mean, I've considered it for sure, but I think ADHD is probably like maybe overdiagnosed. But like I couldn't tell that for myself.
Okay. Um, all right. So I want you to relate to me your internal dialogue when you got up this morning as it links to the day ahead. So, for example, when you got up, did you go, okay, first, you know what? I'm going to go pee. Then I'm going to get some food. I've got this thing at meow o'clock I got to get to. I got, meow, meow, meow. I want you to walk me through that kind of thinking when you got up this morning, if there was any of that.
Well, when I got up, the first thing I did was go on the stream, and that's all I thought about. And then I saw that we were gonna do this, and I went and like as dumb as it is, I picked up back there. I cleaned. And I peed real quick, and I don't think about that stuff in advance.
Okay. Do you know that you have some sort of appointment or something later today at all?
What was that?
Do you have in your knowledge base in your head that sometime later today there's some kind of appointment you have to go to, or work or school or something like that? Or something you have to do?
I'll only think about it if it's something I really, if it's like neutral, like I'll be whatever about it. But it's just like, oh shit, I gotta go to work. I'll be thinking about that all day because there's like, this day would be so good if I didn't have work at 5, or it's like, it's Christmas tomorrow. Like I'll be really thinking about that.
I haven't bought anybody any presents yet. Do you
But
buy
yeah,
people presents for Christmas?
I only for the past few years because I haven't been before that. I haven't been making any money to buy anybody any presents.
Okay.
But this year I spent a couple $100 on it.
If you're receiving, tell me about a good present you received from somebody and why it was a good present.
Wait, I can't remember anything. Wait, say that again.
Tell me about a good present you received from somebody and why it was a good present.
I mean, what was Christmas like this year? Shit. Well, I got some I got some new I got some clothes. That was cool because I got what I asked for.
Yeah, clothes are good. They prevent nudity.
They prevent nudity and they also make you look better.
I see. So if you don't want to look good for chicks, because it sounds like you're cool, chilling, single until college or so. Why do you want to look good?
Because it just I don't know. It's like I not only do I skateboard, but I also film skateboarding videos. And it's like a sort of thing in skateboarding. It's like your style.
No,
But
I see.
also
Okay.
it's more than just what you're wearing. It's like when you like do a ton of tricks, like your like arms go in the air for like balance reasons, and it's like its whole thing. It's like, do you have a good style or do you have a bad style? It's just looking better on camera when I'm filming for stuff. But it's also just nice in general.
Good visual aesthetics as a value to be upheld. Okay.
Very much so.
Okay. So, and then what do you do with those skateboarding videos? Do you
Well,
upload them?
they take a long time to film if I'm doing a big one. If I'm doing a small one, it'll probably go on Instagram.
Okay. Do you have a following on Instagram?
Just people I know in real life.
Okay.
About 100 or so.
Do you want to grow as a social media personality, or is it something you're just sort of like, you're not sure if you actually want to grow?
I mean, sure, I'd like to grow. My stuff gets more recognition, opens up more opportunities for me to do what I like to do anyway, before I was getting in following.
Okay. And do you think that the skateboarding angle is the one that's most likely to produce good results for you, or is it just what you're interested in making right now?
Um, I don't think it's like, I don't know, a little bit. It's not like really giving me results. But it's like it's a thing. It's like you can't just hop on a skateboard and be any good at it. It takes a while, like a while.
Okay.
It's not giving me results right now, but it is what I like doing, and I'll do what I like.
Okay. Do you like to explain things to people?
Yes.
What kind of things do you like to explain?
Um, I like. uh, I don't know. Just whatever comes up in the conversation. I'll just
Okay, I'll
give
be
my
Judy. I'll be Judy. I'm drunk. I'm at a party, and I'm telling you things.
okay.
Sarah, listen. We've got the top corporations. I'm telling everybody. What do
You
you
need
have
to
to say to
stop
it?
drinking, Judy. You need to get an Uber.
Listen, I'll get it over. But it's the corporations who really need to get it over.
The corporations will that'll be its own thing. But Judy, right now, you need to get an Uber home right now. You're in trouble.
But there's a strong.
Okay, you know what? Maybe I'll just drive you home right now.
Okay. So you don't want to argue with her about corporations,
No,
huh?
I'm not arguing with drunk people about corporations.
Okay. What sort of thing somebody could say would prompt you to be like, okay, I gotta correct you on this because this is nonsense what you just said.
Okay, yeah, I'll take that opportunity.
So can you tell me what sort of thing somebody might say that would cause you to say, okay, I gotta correct this? Or can you think of a specific instance where something like that has happened?
Donald Trump is the best president the world has ever had, the nation has ever had. I'd feel obligated to say something about that.
Okay. So do you feel strongly that he's a bad president? Do you feel neutral, or you're opposing the idea that people are making such an extreme claim, or what?
Well, if he's like if they're like a Trump like supporter and like I know that and they're like telling like things that aren't true, I'll be like, okay, like let's talk about this and I'll tell you why that's bullshit.
Do you think Trump was a good president?
No. I mean, he's
Okay.
done good
Can
and
you
bad things.
can you explain why?
Well, let's see here. How many reasons can I come up with? I think Trump is just like I don't know, he's not president material.
Yeah.
Like if you're not president material, how could you be a good president?
Okay, so what disqualifies him as president material, do you think?
Um like he seems like I don't want to say like too emotional, but like a little bit like more reactive than other presidents, and I feel like that's not a good image for the president.
That's true. Um, he sent out some pretty mean tweets. I gotta go pee.
Okay.
I'm narrowing down on your type for sure, but I
Okay.
still don't have you quite pegged yet. Hey, Rachel.
Okay.
I could use your out typing this person if you come down here at some point. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if we got any questions in chat. I mean, you don't have to be reactive to correct nonsense media. I feel like being reactive, like, it's just like when you don't need to be, it's like kind of damaging. It's like a little bit of a turnoff, at least for me. And it seems to be like that for other people I've talked about in this topic.
Hey, Just Davis.
What's going on?
Not much. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Let me think. How important is it for you to make a good impression on others?
Very important.
Do you think that you're good in social situations?
It used to not be like that, but it used to not be good, but it's a lot better now than it used to be, and I could navigate through just about anything.
That's good. So you feel like over time you've gotten better at it?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that process? Like maybe not being so great at something and then practicing and getting better. Is that something that you involve in your routine?
Very much, yeah.
Do you think about what you're going to say before you say it?
No, not at all.
How about impulsivity? Would you consider yourself to be someone who's impulsive, or do you think things through?
I would consider myself impulsive.
What are you impulsive about? Do you like to take risks in like physical activities, or yeah, like would you say that it's more like impulse, like if someone says I want to go to into the city like right now, like let's go. Are you down for that, or
Yeah.
would you need more time? Okay, so you like taking action then.
Mm-hmm.
Are you more likely to be, if a conversation is unbalanced, are you more likely to be the one who talks too much or too little?
If it's unbalanced, probably too much.
Okay. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette, Rachel. You're very confident, Rachel.
Okay. So it sounds like you care about aesthetics. Do you put money into your aesthetics, or are you able to like find good deals and then kind of put your aesthetics together?
Well, it's like, I don't know. I'll spend money on it for sure. I do all the time, but I mean, if there's something I like that's like a good deal, then I'll be like, okay, that sounds good.
That's pretty good. I think. What's important to you in a love relationship? What's important to you through parents, and what's important to you through like friends and coworkers?
Okay. For lovers, it's just like transparency. Like everything has to be crystal clear. If there's any amount of like bad communication or stuff that like, I mean, everybody has should have privacy, but things that should be known by everybody or like in the relationship, I don't know. I look for transparency in that regard, while also keeping privacy intact.
Okay.
And let's see, what else was it?
So, like your parents, what kind of parenting style do you enjoy?
What do I or like?
Well,
What do you?
You know what? I'll instead of that kind of authority figure, how about like coworkers? Like, what do you look for? What do you think makes a good coworker?
Someone who like who has who doesn't like treat people like numbers that are just like there to do their jobs and that's it. Like they're actually people and that they care and that they'll be accommodating. And if I have some trouble going on with like scheduling or something, then they'll be forgiving about that instead of being like, you can't be here on time. You're written up. No sick days, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I like authority figures who are compassionate too. And then what do you look for in friendship? What's important to you in friendship?
I need to I can't be friends with somebody that I think is really stupid.
Okay. So what do you think is what do you find to be stupid?
Someone who talks about shit that they don't know what they're talking about.
Okay. What if someone has like, so would you respect the person more if they asked questions about the topic that they didn't know about?
Yes.
Okay. That's very good.
Do you have objects, mementos, souvenirs that you keep to remind yourself of some event thing that happened, like this time you went to North Dakota?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Travis? Yeah.
All right.
Why don't you come upstairs with me?
I have an opinion about what type you are, but it's not very 100%.
Like how much are we talking here? Like 75%?
Yeah, I got you narrowed down to 3 possible types.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure I know which type it is, but I'm going to tell you what I think, and then I'm going to do a little bit more follow-up to see if that's accurate, okay?
Okay.
I think you're an ESTP. Rachel does too. So
Interesting.
that's nice. It doesn't always happen. And the reason is because of a number of things. So one thing that's contradictory to that is your values answers lined up better with ENTP than ESTP. Like valuing the truth and social grace, 3 absolute values. I didn't really get into how you feel about originality as a value. Is it important to you to be original?
Let's see. It's not like I think it's cool to be original, but like it's more like I don't really care about being like original, but I don't want to be like unoriginal, if you get what I mean.
Sure. Do you dislike it more when people lie to you or when they flake on you?
What does that mean? The second thing you just said.
It means they said they're going to meet you at the pizza store at 7 o'clock, and then you text them, and then at 7:45 text you, oh, bro, I'm so sorry. I totally forgot about this. I flaked on you. I can't
Oh,
do that.
well, shit. Now I
After
forgot
all.
the first thing.
First thing is they lie to you.
Okay, they lie to me or they bail.
They flake. They don't show up. They said they were going to. Then they forgot to call you and tell you something else came up, and then you finally find out after you've been waiting 45 minutes that he actually had to go to his grandma's house for a
Oh, God.
balloon blowing up event.
I deal with that too much. I'd rather deal with the other thing.
With lying? Do you
Yeah.
encounter people lying to you very often?
I mean, I'm not a fan of people. I'm not a fan of when people lie to me. But I mean, yeah, sure. But like nothing like big, like little lies that wouldn't like really hurt anything, which I think are
Oh.
forgivable.
And what do you think your relationship with lying is? Do you avoid it at all costs? Are you sometimes guilty of some white lies? Do you use it when it's expedient, or what?
I lie if it benefits me without hurting anybody else. And it wouldn't benefit me to tell the truth, and it wouldn't benefit them if I told the truth. If it helps
Are
me
you
and helps
cool?
them.
Are you cool with lying to authority figures who are trying to impose some sort of punishment or restriction on you? Like, for example, when I was in high school, I had a bunch of truancies from skipping classes, and I got
Oh man, I
a
have
couple of
one
teachers.
too.
I got a couple teachers to sign off on them for bullshit that I wasn't really doing, but they didn't remember that I wasn't really there, and then I turned it in and got out of it. I still don't feel bad about those lies.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel bad about those either.
Okay. Do you hate school? You hate school?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And do your peers also hate school?
Yeah, I think they hate it worse than me because they also suck at it.
Okay. And are you popular with the teachers? Teachers like you?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh,
Nah, most of them. There's this one teacher I told, like, the whole class is like, we make a show. Like, for a school, we have, like, a ton of cameras, and we write episodes of the show. And the show didn't get done. And the teacher never put any grades in for any of the show. So, like, if we're not being graded, kids are not gonna really care. Because we're at school, right? And I told him it was all his fault. And he got mad at me, obviously. But I know he knew I was right. Because nobody wants to be at school anyway. Even if we're making a show. We'd rather be at home doing whatever we want to do.
right. If you were set free to do whatever you want to do all the time, what would you do?
Probably just, I don't know. I mean, just a mix of, I don't know, just going to a ton of places.
Okay. Having fun.
Yeah.
Having fun. Maybe making some videos. Okay, cool. I am fairly sure you're an ESTP.
Okay.
I am about as confident as I can be, given the fact that FI polar can't be tested definitively, but your answers are not inconsistent with it. And given the fact that FE is clearly an absolute value, and I'm interpreting your absolute valuing of the truth to be a manifestation of the very heavily instrumentally valued tool function TI. You want things to be accurate and correct. And I'm interpreting that as explaining why you answered with a lot of valuing of NI as I use the word. I think because I chose the word truth, it skewed that a little bit. Overall, your NE is good, but not first slot. And I didn't do a very super thorough testing of your TI. You had some trouble with the genealogy problems, but that's to be expected with NI-TI users because those genealogy problems are SI intensive. But let me ask a couple more TI questions to just verify that. I mean, you're definitely a TI user. The only place to get other B than 2 probably would be 3. Okay, either A or B.
Okay.
If A, then C, and not B, what can we conclude?
That
can
if
repeat
A
if you
and
want.
C happen, then B won't happen.
Well, we can conclude C because because A or B, and if A then C, and not B. So if A or B, not B, we're left with A, which means we can include C. Okay, but that's fine. You're engaging with it on a very TI level. Do you think that when you have conversations with other people, they use language less well than you or less correctly than you?
No. I feel
Okay.
like when I talk, I say a ton of shit I don't mean to say. And it comes out in ways I don't want it to, and then people start getting the wrong idea.
Can you give me an example?
Like I was talking, like it happens so much I couldn't.
Okay, do you think it's because you're saying, are you trying to explain things when that happens? Are you trying to win a point? Are you trying to motivate
Trying to
people to take a
explain.
certain trying to explain something? Okay. And what kind of thing prompts you to want to explain something to somebody? Like, did they say something wrong that you feel the need to correct?
Yeah.
Okay, is it like about politics or something?
It could be about anything.
Okay. And do you feel that negatively impacts your likability?
Uh, Probably. I mean, yeah. But I don't really
Okay.
care.
I mean, do people think you're a dick?
I mean, surely some people have to.
Most people think I'm a dick. So it's not the end of the world.
I mean, there's going to be people in the world that don't like you. It's just how it is.
Do you think that people who don't like you because you're too direct in your speech with them?
Could be. Or maybe because I'm like, I won't like, I'll be in an argument with someone and I won't like budge my position. Like everything, they'll like spend 5 minutes giving their whole rant / argument, and it'll be like I didn't even hear it because like I kind of like it depends. Like I'm kind of dismissive sometimes necessarily, sometimes unnecessarily.
Okay. Cool. That's good self-knowledge there. I declare you an ESTP.
Okay. I got the FI polar part right.
Okay, and there is, I would say, you're 95% ESTP, 5% chance you're an ENTP.
Okay.
But you hit many more of the boxes for ESTP. And my daughter's an ESTP, and I thought she was an ENTP for a long time before I really got cognitive functions down. So ESTPs and ENTPs can look a lot alike. The difference is I don't prioritize impacts at all. And my use of language is much less purposeful than yours. So instead of the other guy making the rant, that doesn't budge your position. I'm the guy making the rant. But for you, it would budge your position because I'm not ranting. I'm actually making sense. The nice thing about ESTPs and ENTPs is they both respect sense making as the modality by which communication should be engaged. You know,
Right.
any questions for me? Anything you want clarified, or any thoughts you want to share before I stop this recording?
I wanted to share another typing experience I had with good old C.S. Joseph. He typed me ENTP. And I just, whenever anybody asks, that's what I said until, well, now. Or I said, like, yeah, that's what I said. Just because, like, I needed something to say, and that's what somebody typed me as. It's just, like, the best option I had to go with. Because I can't, like, typing myself just wasn't working.
Right.
And also, it's, like, I came into it, I was, like, a member of their thing, and it was, like, $300 for 15 minutes. And I went in, and it was all dark, and, like, C.S. Joseph had, like, a candle, and it looked like something out of a horror movie. It was, like, super weird.
He was setting the mood.
Yeah, and he was just like, I was, like, getting a light ready here and actually, like, cleaning up for it, and he was just like, "I don't care." He was just like,
Right.
he was kinda being weird about that. Anyway, he was just like, "How are your parents?" And I, like, answered probably for about, like, a minute or two, and he was like, "Alright, NESIPIFE, informative, direct, blah, 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 ENTP." He typed me in probably less than 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, it's called slapdash, fly-by-night haphazardry is what that's called.
Yeah, I didn't believe it.
It takes a while for me to narrow shit down because I'm evaluating a bunch of different things that they don't all agree with each other, you know? So you got to figure out why this doesn't agree with this and make a determination. Took me to the end to determine you were very certainly an ESTP because after all, it's like, it doesn't sound to me like he did any extrovert intuition skills tests or anything.
No, what he does is he just lets you talk. So, like, he would classify them into, like, statements. So saying it's just, like, if you started recalling your past in a sentence, that would be, like, an SI statement. If you started going, like, one time these people were doing this and this, he would classify that as extroverted sensing because you were seeing what other people were doing based on how people talked and not performing any tests. That's why he goes on his streams and types famous people based on interviews.
Of course, extroverted sensing plays out in the individual actually paying attention in that fashion, not as observation, which would be the NI half of it, but as execution, completion of things, and attaining impacts. Not, it wouldn't be the observation of other people doing that is not SE, it's NI. The fact that you remember it, that's SI. But the thing is, ESTPs and ENTPs both have fluency in NI and SI. So we can both produce plenty of SI examples, and we recognize NI as well. So the wrong place to differentiate between ENTPs and ESTPs is on their 4-5s. It's true for all types. It's the wrong place to differentiate.
Right.
Anyway,
yeah.
You go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I was just gonna add one more thing, and I was just talking, and he was just like, "Oh, well, that's just because you have SE demon." He started to, like, that's because you have FI trickster and SE demon. I was just talking about some question he asked me, and he just, like, it was just like, "Oh, that's FE child." He was, like, calling out everything I said in a sentence based on cognitive
So
function.
what sentence represents SE demon?
Okay, so he had this like explanation for it. Demon is 8th slot in his
Yeah.
terminology. He like he says ENTPs take great pleasure in making people feel uncomfortable because
What?
SE Demon it's like um it's like how he says like FE is all about making other people feel good. So an 8th slot FE person would want to make other people feel like shit
That's
for fun,
ridiculous.
like
That's
purely for
absolutely
pleasure.
ridiculous. Here's what SE8 sounds like. I don't consider driving to be an action. It's the thing you do between things you do. It's the thing that happens between things you do. So that's very autopilot-y SE. I tend to fail to account for things like the drive from here to there. You know, I tend to have problems with impact sometimes in physical stuff. Like I will want to do this kind of move this thing out of the way, but I'll end up breaking some other shit. You know?
Yeah.
I successfully got the screen doors down from the doors and broke one of them up without damaging anything else. I was proud of myself last night.
Nice.
But yeah, SE8 is hard for me to even talk about because it's so unconscious for me. I can never put my finger on the moment when I go from sitting, wondering what I'm going to do, to actually doing something. It just sort of happens, and all of a sudden I'm doing something. It's we're super unconscious, your 8th slot. So anyway, it's not demon or like those dumb metaphor
It's
names.
funny. Like it's entertaining. Like I find it funny.
I mean, how does this guy again sleep at night typing people in such a slapdash fashion and charging him $300
I couldn't tell you for 15 minutes. That's not enough time to type anybody.
No, not just, you gotta have just blind faith believers who go, yes, Joseph knows everything in the world. It's not like
Well, you gotta look at other people and what they think too. It's like, and they'll realize it's just like the one commonality of all of it is that nobody likes C.S. Joseph, and nobody thinks he's right. So that might tell you something.
well, I mean, what tells me something is he can successfully get people to give him $300 for 15 minutes. He must be doing something right.
I don't know. It's like, it's weird. Like, it's really, really weird. I wouldn't recommend getting into it. It's almost like,
I'm not going to.
yeah, man, I don't want to like. It's like I don't want to use the word like. It's almost like a cult. They're like a cult almost about like. I don't want to like say that because there's obviously
Because
perfectly
he is not
level-headed people.
charismatic enough to be a cult leader.
Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah. Anyway, rant over about that.
All right. Well, I hope you found this typing to be a more serious effort, at least.
Yeah. Let's see. How long has it been?
It's been over an hour.
Oh yeah, easily. It's been about 2 hours.
Okay. So I'm going to stop this recording now. I do have your permission to publish it, right?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right.
And thank you for this fun and exciting activity. If
You're
other
welcome.
people want to get typed, I am open to get hired to be type people again. It's $100. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to eat blue and cheese.
All right.
Stop recording. Stop recording.